Breastfeeding is now chest feeding. Brighton's trans-friendly midwives are told. That's right. There is no longer such thing as breastfeeding. Savannah, how do you feel about this?
I don't want to do this anymore. I literally sing that like at least 10 times a day. That's my genuine feeling about America as a whole. I'm just like, I'm done with it. I don't want to do it anymore. We've gotten past the point of sanity.
Yep. My. It's this is real. I thought this was like, I'm looking for the Babylon Bee.
Yeah, right.
Something and in there, and I'm like, where is the Babylon? Like, no, this is real. Now, this is actually, this article is behind a paywall, but I got another one here. Yeah, breast not best. Midwives told to say chest feeding. That's right. The staff should also replace the term mother with birthing parent.
So,
okay,
Adam,
hold on, wait. No,
okay.
I just want to say that you mentioned earlier about the glass ceiling over women.
Yeah.
It feels like they are slamming a new, thick, bulletproof glass over all women everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. That's just what it sounded like to me.
I went to the Women's March because one thing that actually does piss me off, there's few things that trigger me. One is people telling me to wear a face mask. Two is people saying that men can get periods, because having a period is not a fun thing. Sorry to discuss people in the chat, but having a period is not a fun thing. And if I was a man, I would gladly not have to deal with that. But I'm a woman, and that is a struggle that is specific to women. So I went to the Women's March and I held up a sign that said only women can get periods. And I got screamed at and attacked a lot for that one.
Did you really?
I did. And the thing with this too, with the chest feeding, with the people can get periods, it's just like, no, you're not going to cancel women. As a man, if you have a penis, sorry, I don't like that word, but I'm going to say it because it's scientific.
Okay.
If you have one of those and you're bleeding out of it, you should go to the doctor, because that's not a period, honey, and you should probably get medically checked out. Also, Adam, when was the last time that you lactated?
Never. I have yet to lactate. It's a sore subject. No, I'm just kidding. Don't plan on it.
The first thing I thought of when I heard of chest feeding, I was like, I feel personally attacked as a small-breasted woman right now. Chest feeding.
Well, now it's human milk.
Ew.
Chest feeding. It's not maternity. It's perinatal.
That is so strange. Yeah,
they're just deleting women. The whole sports thing. Women are biological women are now having to compete against trans women, which, look, I have to just add this because people freak out. I'm like, look, I don't have anything against trans women. Like, that's fine. But you have to at least acknowledge a few things. Like, you are born a biological male. Biological males are, on average, 3 times more strong up on their upper body, at least 2 times more strong on average in their lower body than biological females. That is just science and fact. That's a fact. You can't deny that. So, like this kind of thing, it's like, what is the end game here? And actually, Buck Angel, do you know Buck Angel? Buck Angel is a transsexual man that has a biological woman that is now a trans man, asked, this is a serious question that I'm very interested in. Why would a transgender woman want to join a breastfeeding group when a transgender woman cannot get pregnant and breastfeed? Respect this question or you will get blocked. Well, I mean, that's a good question. What is the end goal here? Is it to, it looks like they're just trying to get rid of women. It's happening whether or not that's their goal or not. That is a byproduct of all of this. Women are just being shoved to the side. Sorry, you're not you're not women anymore. Now anyone can become a woman and demand that we rename everything to chest feeding and human milk.
It just sounds gross. And that's the frustrating part too, is I'm no feminist, but I will say that, again, there are struggles that are specific to women and specific to men. And again, Women have to give birth. They raise children. They have periods. It's not a fun thing. Being a woman is very difficult.
Yeah.
And why are we trying to get, like, as I always ask feminists this, I'm like, why are we trying to give our struggles to men? I thought that our whole thing was fighting to be on level ground with men. So why are we now trying to let men be, take the struggles of womanhood away from us and try to make it a thing that, can be for everyone when it can't? It's a hard thing. It's hard to get up and go to work when you're having cramps in the morning. It's not something that you want to do. Like, why are you trying to give that away to men? So I don't know. I just always ask them that question, hoping that maybe their own logic, like they could think about that a little bit, but I don't know.
No, you got a good point. What do they respond to that? What do they say?
Well, they say, well, transgender women are women. So it's not that we're giving it to men. It's that they're women. And I'm like, okay. There's no getting, and people are like, read a book. And I'm like, I have read a book. I've read a science book, damn it.
Read a book. It's like, which books are you reading though?
For real.
What books are they reading? That's what I want to know. Follow the science.
Disney books, probably.
Disney books. Well, we just wanted to be Disney princesses. There's nothing wrong with being, proud of who you are. All right, if you identify as whatever you want to choose to identify as, that's fine. But I have an issue, and this goes with race and gender identity. These are things that you can't change. This is who you are on the inside. Okay, don't be afraid to announce who you are. But then you don't have to announce it literally every day and make it your entire identity. These things you cannot change shouldn't be your identity. That's why I don't identify as a white male, a white cisgendered male human being. No, these things don't cross my mind because I don't care. Whatever you think I am, like, that's not what I identify as. I again, my characteristics have nothing to do with that, because those are things I can't do anything about. So why would I make that my identity? And I don't judge other people for the things that they can't change. That's why when people start making fun of the way people look, I'm just like, dude, you lost me. Like, I don't want to be a part of this conversation, because they can't help it. That doesn't make someone, whether or not they're a good person or not, that comes from the inside. A true person's character is underneath the skin. It's the way that they act. It's how they treat you, whether or not. Yeah, that's really my issue with all these people talking about race so much. It's like, okay, I get it. When are we going to get to the point where that's not in the conversation anymore? Because as far as I've seen, the only racist people are the people on the far left, shoving it down everyone's throats. The right is so racist. Who is so racist on the right that you're talking about? You're the only one talking about race. Exactly. You guys are the only one talking about gender.
Which
I just don't get it.
That again only defines people by their gender or race, because I'm pretty sure it's not the right.
Absolutely. It's the left. It's the far left people that are just shoving it down people's throats. And if people don't like it, it's like, okay, then they're bigots if they don't like it. Well, can they not agree with it? And they're not making fun of you for it. They're just, oh, I don't agree with it. I don't, it makes me uncomfortable. It's like, they are allowed to be uncomfortable and not like that. But if they're attacking you, like, that's not okay. But you're not even allowed to not like it, and not, if people don't accept it, which they have every right to not accept it. All right. That's on them, not you. That shouldn't affect you. Stop letting other people's everything affect you. People need to have stronger spines. We got to have thicker skin. Sticks and stones. Those are the things that break bones, not words. All right. I was raised on words can't hurt me. You could say what you want, and cancel culture versus choosing to allow people to stay on my platform are two completely different things. All right. I'm not canceling you out of booting you off the existence. I'm saying this is my bubble. All right. And you're not allowed in it anymore. There's a big, huge difference. I don't know. People are just so focused on that, and it's driving me nuts. It's driving me nuts.
That's what all of those safe spaces have created in our society. It's
Yep.
now we can't use certain terminology. We have to speak and say, you know, people's desired gender pronouns and all of this nonsense. And again, you know, to colleges and people who have lived in a safe space, they're not bred in reality because that's not how the real world works. And we're trying to tailor the real world to that type of college-like behavior, and that's not how things work.
Yep.
And if we continue down this path, again, we are only furthering just the destruction of our own society at this point, because all we are doing is defining each other by our race and by our gender. It's not about, like you said, personality. It's not about work ethic. It's not about what you're contributing to society. It's about if you're tinted or not. And I've gotten so frustrated too, because even with face masks, like I've told you on this show, I don't like wearing them. And guess what? No one really comes up to me and ever says that I have to put one on. But as soon as I'm with my white friend, it becomes a big issue and people are coming up and saying, hey, you need to wear a face mask. And it frustrates me because I didn't just come to this conclusion overnight. This is something that's happened time and time and time again. Where if I'm by myself, no one will ever come up to me and expect me to do anything or expect me to follow the rules, if you will. But if I'm with my white friend, all of a sudden these rules are being broken and you need to adhere to them immediately. And even something as simple as I started a Facebook page for the first time. It asked me if I wanted to be included in the diversity businesses platform and category, and they would boost up my page more because it was a minority owned page.
That's ridiculous.
So even with social media platforms, again, I'm more frustrated because to me, why am I being treated with special favor? Why am I not being treated the same as everyone else in society? Why is there no more equality? Why is it that some people can get away with wearing masks and some people can't? Why is it that I can get my Facebook page boosted 10 levels up against your Facebook page just because I'm brown? That to me feels not very equal.
Yeah, I agree. And for looking at that, I would say that's pretty demeaning. You can't make it. They're literally saying white people are better than you. That's the left. That's the people on the left saying that.
Privilege and I don't. And I'm like, no, I have privilege because I work for my privilege and I was born in America. And that's why I have privilege in this country. No one is better than me here. I am where I am today because I work just as hard as my Black, white, and Asian counterparts. Here we all are. Here we all are.
Boom. Right there. Exactly.